कि ए मोमनो, जब तुमको जुमा के दिन नमाज के लिए बुलाया जाए, यानी नमाज जुमा के लिए, तो अल्लाह ताला के ज़िक्र के लिए जल्दी जल्दी जाया करो और ख़रीद और फ़रोख्त को छोड़ दिया करो। और अगर तुम कुछ भी इल्म रखते हो तो ये तुम्हारे लिए अच्छी बात है। और जब नमाज ख़त्म हो जाए तो ज़मीन में फैल जाया करो और अल्लाह का फ़ज़ल तलाश किया करो और अल्लाह को बहुत याद किया करो ताकि तुम कामयाब हो जाओ।
Well, the verse is clear, right? The verse is telling you that it's sort of a compulsion upon man to go to Jumu'ah and read prayers. Now, whenever the Quran directly says something, there's good reason behind it, whether that's spiritual implications, whether that's worldly implications. Today is Jumu'ah and I've actually had special permission to come off from my uni, from my studies. The reason I like doing this is because I have such a hectic week. I literally don't get the opportunity to have a break, have that spiritual break, other than the 5 daily prayers. And Jumu'ah is that opportunity to kind of reconnect with people and speak to people who I know that I don't see for a while, and also listen to the guidance from beloved Hazur, may Allah be his helper, but then also just actually get the vibe. I think that's a big thing about Jumu'ah, just having that vibe. To be perfectly honest, my week's really hectic. I have my own business, I'm studying at university, but then also I'm serving as the guide for my local area. So it's a really nice time to get an escape, and it's a reminder of why being a Muslim is so important, and it's a reminder of what comes first, your faith or your worldly matters.
So I'm actually on my way to Jumu'ah right now. I'm very fortunate that work has given me some flexible hours for me to be able to attend Jumu'ah, and this is a time where I can really put my thoughts aside when it comes to work, business, family life, and just focus on increasing my spirituality, focusing on what I've learned from the last Friday's sermon and how I've applied that throughout the week and how I can apply that going forward. I feel very anxious if I have to miss a Jumu'ah, purely because it's something that has been commanded to us by Allah the Almighty. When the call to prayer is made on a Friday, you should hasten towards the remembrance of Allah. So this is where I feel like I should leave all my time aside and make sure I'm attending the Friday sermon.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
For me, Jumu'ah means peace because, in the Holy Qur'an it says that surely in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find peace. And Jumu'ah is an opportunity where you have that dedicated time that you can solely, reflect and engage in the remembrance of Allah. So, it's a chance for me to increase in my spirituality, reflect on, how much I am, acting on the guidance shared by beloved Hazur, and how much I'm, implementing that in my day-to-day.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله.
Well, in Islam it says if you miss Jumu'ah for 3 consecutive weeks, your heart turns black. And I feel like if I've missed Jumu'ah for multiple weeks, consecutive weeks, I actually feel like I've done a disservice to God Almighty. I haven't been able to fulfill one of my commitments that I should pledge as a man to him, because it is farz upon me. So I feel disappointed in myself, if I'm honest with you, if I miss Jumu'ah. Although you can watch it on TV, you can watch the replays, you know that you didn't make the effort, the extra effort, or I know, looking at my life, I didn't make the extra effort or go that extra mile to go and pray behind an imam.
If there was no such thing as a Friday sermon, I'd just be lost, if I'm very honest. I think we're living in a world right now where there is so much immorality. People are, confused themselves, and there's people that are in search of a creator, or searching for a purpose even. Because, we're fortunate enough to having, received that guidance every week. I think that's something that it's a sense of direction.
اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر.
The biggest change that I have after Jumu'ah is, what have I learned today and how can I kind of consolidate that information and apply it to my day-to-day life? So, is there a way that can change in terms of how I speak to people, or is there, something that I can do that can give back more, that can fulfill the rights of Allah Ta'ala, or, just a self-reflection on, am I actually doing enough?
Unfortunately, today's day and age, you see people and it's very individualistic. People only care about themselves. But then people will say, I don't need religion because I don't need, I've got my own moral compass. I've got my own moral compass. That's often what people will say, I don't need the religion. Now imagine having 100,000 of you doing that at the same time, all with that one goal of being a good moral person, a moral human being, being just. Imagine having that. Imagine the power you would have in the world and the good influence you could have. So I think forgetting the individualistic aspect that people often try and uphold.
Beloved Azul's Friday sermons are more about, lessons for me and what I can apply in my day-to-day life. The examples that, Beloved Azul gave about humility of the Holy Prophet ﷺ are, honestly, it brings shivers down your spine, because arrogance is almost seen as is seen as like a form of shirk. So I think we're often guilty of being arrogant without even knowing it sometimes, or subconsciously judging someone. You saw those examples of how the Holy Prophet ﷺ would, give time to the needy. If such a great man, showed such humility, I think it's sort of like, who are we to kind of walk around here and, think that we're better than someone else. So I think for me, it's kind of just like a humbling experience to listen to those kind of examples.
I think there was a Friday sermon that changed my life. Actually, perhaps 6 months ago, 5 months ago, I was present at a Friday sermon here at Islamabad, and Hazur, may Allah be his helper, graciously reminded us what Tabligh was about. He reminded us that Tabligh was about being gentle with the people that you're trying to educate about religion, teach them about Islam, but also reminded us that we're not meant to win people over on the spot. He used a specific kind of phrase that you're meant to plant a seed in somebody's mind. Now the reason it resonated with me so much was because I come from a background where my mother was a convert into Ahmadiyyat, so half my family haven't actually accepted Islam, Ahmadiyyat, or Islam at all. So I would say we don't have the same spiritual belief system, or potentially even the same values when it comes to religion. Now it really taught me, when handling those situations and interactions with my wider family, to have care and to have respect for their religion, to understand their religion and learn more about what they believe in, but then also show them how Islam, Ahmadiyyat in particular, is so similar to their religion, but also offers the solutions to the complications in the life that they have. And through, for example, our Jumu'ahs that we have, we're enabled to have the tools for life and actually have the tools to prosper in the worldly matters and spiritual matters. Funnily enough, that sermon planted a seed in my head.
بك روحي دائما كل ساعة